Sisters give birth on same day. When doctor looks at babies, his jaw drops to the floor. Both of the girls gave birth to their beautiful babies on the same day. It sounds like a coincidence, but they're also twins, and that's not even the weirdest thing about this story. Of course, you already know the stories of twins who are very close to each other, but twins who were pregnant at the same time were born on the same day. That is a completely different story. And the strangest thing is yet to happen, because right after the birth, the doctor suddenly made a shocking discovery. When I entered the room, I was shocked. The doctor told the reporter for a while that I thought my eyes were deceiving me. The doctor was so impressed with what he found when he entered the delivery room that he blinked several times. But no, the eyes did not deceive him. It was really curious to know what he found in the delivery room. So check out this amazing story. Identical twin sisters Lily and Ariana were born 17 years ago in an isolated community. They grew up together and did it all together. You will never find Lily anywhere without Ariana, and vice versa. They played together. They were in the same class, had the same girlfriend, and wore the same clothes, and even their mother had a hard time separating them sometimes. The two girls are inseparable and swear that they will always be together. But to make sure they made it, they devised a very special plan. The twins grew up in a community isolated from the outside world. The division of roles here is still very traditional, and girls are mainly expected to have children at an early age and take care of the family. Lily and Ariana grew up in this situation. No other way. So their biggest wish is to have children at the same time and raise them together. That way, they can be together forever, but when their mother finds out the two girls are pregnant, that dream is in danger of falling to pieces. Lily and Ariana were 6 months pregnant when their mother noticed that they were gaining weight. She wondered where the weight gain might be coming from. Girls always have an appetite, but they don't eat enough to not get fat. She decided to keep an eye on him, so when her daughter's bedroom door opened, she peeked inside. Girls are simply comparing their waistlines to see which babies are growing. The fastest minds are already active. She heard Lily's eyes widen and covered her mouth with her hand, but after a moment of confusion, she opened the door. What is the meaning of this? She cried silently, looking at her daughter's swollen belly. The girls were scared and anxious to cover their belly with clothes, but it was too late. Their secret was discovered and their mother was furious, not because of the pregnancy but because they weren't married. A shame. She calls him and threatens to separate the girls as punishment. Lily would live with her strict aunt, and Ariana would stay at home with their mother and cry. The twins begged their mother to let them stay together, but to no avail. The two sisters did not see each other for 4 months until the delivery day in the night. Lily suddenly felt a sharp pain in her stomach, and when she looked under the blanket, her whole body was bloody and drenched. She screamed in fear and her aunt rushed to her room. When she saw the blood stain, her aunt quickly grabbed Lily's arm and pushed her down the stairs to the car. There is not a single moment to lose. She has to go to the hospital right now. It screams tires. They went to the nearest hospital after their Lily was immediately taken to the emergency room, and then when Lily started giving birth almost immediately because the baby was stuck in the birth canal and it could become dangerous. Dangerous if it goes on for too long. With all her might, Lily pushed her baby out into the world, and finally here he is. Her little man. It's been a difficult birth for Lily and she will have to stay in the hospital for a while. When she was taken to her room to rest, she felt a lot of emotions. On the one hand, she is delighted with her baby, but on the other hand, she misses her sister. She hadn't seen her since her mother broke up with them a few months ago, but when she arrived at her hospital room, a very special surprise awaited her. Because there, on the other bed, her older sister Ariana was lying with her baby in her arms. Looks like it's used to do both. Two sisters born on the day Lily and Ariana saw each other. They wanted to jump out of bed to kiss. But the nurse stopped them. There's plenty of time for that. A moment later. You should rest first, she said softly. The girls' beds were placed next to each other and they were chatting. They missed each other so much that the rest will have to wait. The biggest surprise came when Lily's doctor walked into the room to see how she was doing. He thought he was going crazy for a moment. Not only did he see two girls with their child, but two young men who looked exactly alike. He blinked a few times, but no, the picture remained unchanged. Confused, he directed this particular thing to some people. I feel like I'm seeing a couple, he said as he walked over to the bed, laughing. Lily and Ariana shook their heads. No, it's Colin and John who are the father of our children, also identical twins. They declare in the chorus. That is unprecedented. A pair of identical twins dated another set of identical twins and were born on the same day. Because it's so special. The news, the twins, and their children are closely watched by the media. She was taken to the hospital and her mother, Karen Kennedy, who was in the hospital with Lauren, then had to split her time between the two daughters. Lily, a former Hillside High School student, Boodle gave birth to her baby, Jaden, who weighed 7 pounds, 5 ounces, and just 5 hours later, Lauren welcomed little Sophia, 6 pounds, 14 ounces. Talk about becoming a mom for the first time. Lauren says it's really good. And Sophia is doing great. I was really shocked when Lily went into labor. My mom and dad are both a lot of help, said Philip, who said Lauren and Lily stayed at the family home until they settled down. I said I was waiting to finally be able to find my bed. I was on the couch, but it was okay. I take advantage of everything. Lauren is going back to her own home today and I'm moving in with her briefly to help her out. We are all made. Curious about how they work now? Check out the next page. Today, 4 years later, two sisters have made their biggest wish come true. They live in two beautiful houses next to each other and are raising their children with her husband and twin brothers, Colin and John. They move away from the traditional commune, which has turned its back on them because they are pregnant out of wedlock. It was a blow to the young girl, where they lost a family. They had a very special family. In return, two young families are always very happy together and do not trade. This experience for the world. These shocking stories don't end there. Anyone watching TLC's Extreme Sisters might wonder if two of the sisters are pregnant. Since Anna and Lucy are sisters from Australia, they do everything exactly the same way, from their hair to their outfits, their food intake, and even the things they say about the Radical Sisters is a TLC show that caught the attention of several twin sisters. People with very close relationships. Brooke and Bailey. Patrick's son Patricia. Brittany and Brianna, Christina, and Jessica and Anna and Lucy told viewers about their lives. Australian sisters Anna and Lucy from Sync are part of the Extreme Sisters cast. The 35-year-old twins are inseparable and spend their days wearing identical outfits, hairstyles, and even going for the same plastic surgery to keep their bodies 100% the same. There's nothing like a close family bond, but Anna and Lucy take things to the next level. Since they also weigh their food to the same weight to ensure that they themselves are the same weight in the 2021 series, both Anna and Lucy explain how they are supposed to be pregnant at the same time. I don't want to go through pregnancy or motherhood without the other. They visit doctor who says it's possible that both twins will be pregnant at the same time. Although the doctor seemed quite annoyed with this detail, Anna and Lucy took a pregnancy test. However, during the show, their first attempt turned negative. Ben Byrne is Anna and Lucy's boyfriend from Sinks. The sisters and Ben have been dating for over 10 years. The trio cannot marry because it is illegal in Australia. However, they absolutely want to have a baby as soon as possible. The show airs on TLC in 2021. Ben is 36 years older than the twins and has been told about their relationship. They told me they felt like a person and they wanted to be treated like one. I will treat them as a person. I don't see it hurting anyone. 4 sisters in Northern California are all pregnant during the coronavirus pandemic. Caroline, my Gossett, and twins Haley Andrews and Katie DeAngelis were born 18 months apart and are now looking forward to raising their new babies together. I think Katie started the trend and people followed soon after. Haley, 33, told people about the TV show on Wednesday's episode. We all have a little bit of competition, but we all really want to have it. Going through the experience together, and so it was just one of those things where Katie got pregnant and it was like, God, should we all jump on board? She kept going and it has worked very well since the age of 33. Katie's boy baby was born on April 2nd. The sisters are looking forward to a busy few weeks. Amy, 31, is expecting her baby on June 11th and this birth will be followed by Haley's due date of July 5th. Caroline, 29, is due to give birth around July 5th. 25/7. Earlier in the year, we joked that we should all get pregnant in 2020 because everyone is in a limited state with COVID. Amy said, and it was like a joke. Now let's see if we can get the husbands on board, and whatever she adds, then the other one starts to show up. It was really interesting. Haley and Katie had never been pregnant before, and the sisters all turned to support each other. We have an ongoing chat thread that we constantly chat with on a daily basis by phone calls. Carolyn said, "It's just, do you feel the same way? Or do you get a lot of kicks? What's happening? What symptoms are you experiencing?" It's an incredible experience to have with your sisters and best friends. It is just wonderful. Thanks for watching. Please like and share the video on social networks. We will contact you as soon as possible.